What's up, YouTube? It's Airborne Sapper coming at you with the finally, not for real, but this is a video that I've been pushing back for a while, so I'm glad I have it for you to watch. This is my 10th. This is actually art, not mine, because art, because you guys are watching it with me. So this is our 10th Marvel cover hip hop variant video. So, hey, give yourself an applause. Thank you for watching, and let's dig into this. Now, the first record or cover that we will be talking about is the Avengers, the all new and different Avengers. If you guys remember, for my pickup, I picked this one up this week. That's why I was missing it to do it with this video. So I'm happy to have this. I love this cover. Not only of the artwork, but the actual album cover that it represents. And it represents a group called The Roots from their third album, Philadelphia Half Life, that came out in 1996 on September the 24th. So, and like I said, with these groups, they're soulful groups. Now, The Roots, they have many members. They started in I think 1990 or 1987. 1987. They started, yeah, so the late 80s with Black Thought and Questlove. So, I'm sorry, it's my cat. Well, Black Thought and Questlove were the. Questlove was a drummer. He's a guy with a big old afro. And Black Thought is the main vocalist for the group. Also members is Caramel Gray, Frankie Walker is a member, Captain Kurt Douglas was a member, and they also had members jump and go and stuff like that. They added two members for what they're doing now too to the group. There you might see them. I mean, you should see them because they're on Jamie Fallon's Tonight Show. They're actually his band. So, and they just do a lot of soulful stuff. Work with a lot of artists down Erykah Badu, Mos Def, Fugees, uh, and just Ty Clee, the Jay Z. Now, what they did for Jay Z is they did this unplug where basically they played all Jay Z songs while he was rapping, but it wasn't no like computers. It was just straight instruments, and it was just amazing. It was amazing. If you haven't checked that out, actually it's a CD too. So I mean, check that out if you're a fan of just natural music. But this is a great group, great group. Happy they did it. You know, let me get some comparisons into the cover. Now, for the cover, it's simple. Like I said, one of those simple and sweet colors. The tone of the covers and the albums are the same with that faded color, the faded red color, and just the position of Black Thought and Spider-Man are the same in the cover. But basically, the members kind of posted up in the same area, but since they have more people in the Avengers than the actual group of the Roots, I guess they move people around, but it's still awesome cover, still simple, still has that wide aspect to it of the picture, like you're looking through a scope or something. So I'm really happy with this cover and glad I picked it up. The next comic that we will be digging into is Silk #1. There we go. Now, this great cover is a cover swipe off of Mos Def album, uh, New Dangerous. The New Dangerous. Uh, that album came out in December 12th, 2004. Couple of hits from that album. The main hit was just crazy. Sex, Love, and Money. That's one hell of a day right there. But he's in the basically the soulful community I call it that I talk about. He's deep in that. His music is very soulful, very uh, front forward, and just the lyrics and are just straight like crazy. I think like most of these artists uh, can out rap other rappers in their own like the gangster rap. Not all of them, but like the majority of the gangster rap, the club rapping or whatever the other stuff, R&B slash hip hop. I think more of these guys because they have meaning behind their words, and to me, everyone else is just rapping like Dr. Seuss with a with a badass beat, basically. That's how I think of more rappers nowadays than previous because there's really no content in what they're saying, and these artists that I'm showing they actually have content in their words. So he's still Mos Def is still performing. He's acting in movies. He acted in a couple of movies. 16 Block was one of them with Bruce Willis. He was in The Italian Job with Mark Wahlberg. So he has little roles here and there, still doing his thing. Uh, if you haven't seen, I'll plug it at the end of the video. I'll plug it at the end of the video. I won't plug it now. But yeah, so some comparisons to the album is basically, Silk staring down at the, camera or the picture with her hand on her finger, just like Mos Def is. Mos Def is wearing a little the mask on his face, so Silk is iconic for wearing that red mask on her face. So I think it's cool. I kind of think they could have did more, but at the same time, what would they have done to compare the CD cover to the picture? If they put a hat on Silk, she looks silly. So I think that the artist worked with what he had. He can't help it that the cover is kind of boring. The album cover is boring, but the artist truly worked of what he had. Now, the next cover that we are getting into is the Ultimates, The Solution. All right here, The Solution. I like that. I mean, this is one of the covers where as soon as I looked at it, I knew I knew what album it was off of. As soon as I looked at it, it was even when I was like, "This is way in distance." I was like, "Gotta get it." I had that one like before I actually started doing the videos. I picked that one up. But that is to this great group. Half of you guys already know. The Fugees, the Fugees and their type of music for those who know who the Fugees are, but not have known who Mos Def was. That's the type of music that they're all in. All of this very uh, uh, jazz type, upbeat hip hop. With substance. These artists have substance. I'm telling you. The Fugees, great artists, great. It's a group, three members. The Fugees actually started in high school with Wycliffe John and Lauryn Hill and Michael or Paris Michael. So they ended up changing the name to the Fugees because before I think it was like Translator Crew, but yeah, they changed it to Fugees for refugees and stuff like that, and the things that they were about have a little Caribbean spice to their group. Uh, Everyone was from New York, so it was a great group. The covers from the score. So I mean that album was crazy. It caught he blew up. It was crazy. It was very put together, well group. Hits on this album were "Killing Me Softly," "Ready or Not," No Woman, No Cry. I mean, just like as I'm telling you guys this, I remember these songs. Like it just say ready and oh, let me tell you how skillful Lauryn Hill is as a rapper. Uh, if you guys are not familiar uh, with the Apollo, you know how Apollo just they boo you off like crazy, like off, you know. And Lauryn Hill was on it a couple of times. She was on it when she was a little kid, and on it, with Fugees. Well, she was on it, and the Fugees was performing, and they were getting booed. I guess it was a horrible song, but they were getting booed, and the crowd is raw on Apollo. They don't care if you're a little kid. They don't care. They're gonna boo you regardless. But they were like, the Fugees was like, oh, they don't like us. Well, let's switch it up. And Lauryn Hill started rapping and just flipped the script on the crowd. And if you guys don't believe me, just look it up on YouTube. But I think that's like one of the hardest things to do. I wouldn't say the hardest, but one like easily top 10 as a performer is to have someone boo you, crowds boo you and hate you, and you have like 10 seconds to flip them before you have to leave the stage, and your agent's like, yo, I'm leaving this group because they suck, but to have a crowd boo you and then flip the script and get hype of and just go crazy off the things you're saying, that is crazy. That is pure talent. So this is a great group. They ended up breaking up, and I think like a couple of years after this album, because of relationship issues. uh, but it's just a great group. I mean, very talented group. So that's it. Some comparisons to the cover. The cover is simple basically. There's nothing to it. The black iconic background, and the members of the group in the shadows. It's simple as that. I like how they did. I like how they picked the same women complexion for the background of the group. But it's just the same. Nothing's really changed. Awesome group. You guys really gotta check it out if you have no idea who I'm talking about. Now for the next cover that we would be covering for this, and the last one for this series, is Miss Marvel: The Education of Kamala Khan. This is an awesome cover. That wood grain, boy. That wood grain. This is an awesome cover. Great cover. But this cover is a cover swipe off of Lauryn Hill's album, The Miseducation of Lauryn Hill. So it's a play on words. So I'm not like one of those clever covers that they did. If you guys totally forgot and just skipped ahead and have no idea what I'm talking about, just go back like a minute or two. But this Lauryn Hill is from the Fugees. When she left the Fugees, she went solo. So this is her first solo album that she dropped in August 25th, uh, 1998. 1998 was this album. Uh, and it caught fire. Now before I talk about the album, let me talk about Lauryn Hill. Okay, before she was with the Fugees, she was an actress. Her and her brother acted on shows. She was on As the World Turns, which was crazy. And she was also in Sister Act 2. I actually seen that movie a couple of times. And she was also on a couple of movies. Um, she was also on little parts, had little things here and there, but she was a talented person. Like I said, she was on the Apollo when she was a kid. Singing Whitney Houston. I think she sung Whitney Houston. Uh, but she's a very talented person. Now let's get to this album which she dropped that just caught fire to the world. When she first solo album, she dropped it. The hits on this album was Doo Wop. or That Thing We Do, if you guys remember that song. The X Factor, uh, Everything is Everything. And this is my favorite song on it is You Lost One. So basically that was her shot at the Fugees for, hey, you guys lost one. You lost one. It was a great song. Great subtle diss song. But this album did crazy. The year it came out, it was nominated for 10 Grammys, and they won five. She won five, so it was just crazy. It was just like caught fire. Very talented artist. Uh, she was doing. She's a great artist. Great talent. Like I said, substance. These artists have substance. Actually, words that they're talking about that mean something. Instead of we go to the club, drinking a bottle of Bob, whatever that stuff is nonsense. That's not substance. That's not substance. When people get hype, it's a good beat to jump around with, but it's something that you don't have to listen to. These artists and these songs, even Tupac, like some of his songs, they had substance to it. Like you to enjoy it, you had to listen to it. It's not something you can play in the background and just be like, whatever. So that's another story. But yeah, so let's get into the comparison of the covers. Uh, as you can see, both has that wood grain plaque. On Lauryn Hill, it's Miseducation. On Miss Marvel, it's education. So it's just a wordplay. Both have that like tan tone to the Lauryn Hill and Miss Marvel. So it's a great comparison, great cover. The artist did an amazing job. Well, guys, I appreciate you guys watching. I appreciate you guys checking these videos out. I'm really sorry that it was late, but I could have rushed it, and I know you guys are really enjoying this series. I'm really enjoying this series. So I'm not going to put anything out that is garbage or that I just like rush through it when I know I can do better. And after editing all that stuff, I'm not going to go back to, something simple. So I just want to improve for you guys. You guys are showing me a lot of love, much love. And I just wanted to show you guys the same thing and give you guys the same quality. I'm getting a new camera and some a mic, so my voice is not all crazy. So this is not how I sound. But anyways, like I said, I wanted to plug something for this the artist that I was talking about. If you guys don't like, really want to feel of, like how they sound or stuff like that or whatever, just you can look up on YouTube. I mean, you can look up them up, but on it's David Chappelle Block Party. I think basically all these artists were on that show, you know, because Dave Chappelle is he loves these type of music, soulful music. He's a big fan. So he just put on a concert in New York, I think, or New York or Washington. I think it was Washington, one of those. Uh, but maybe I don't know, whatever. But he just put on a free concert for a lot of people and had the artists there. So you can check them out, listen to them. Like I said, I really mean what I was talking about with the substance. They really have substance to their songs, And I'm a huge fan of music, all type of music, not just R&B. Let them do a country, hip hop variant. I'll do that. I'll do that for you guys. I don't care. I'm a huge fan of all types of music, you know. Uh, so thank you guys for watching. This is Everyone Sapper. Peace out. You guys have a great one.